Okay, good morning. Welcome back to another video. Sorry if this audio is kind of weird. I keep having to use my mic in my room because my AC is so loud, but if I try to turn the AC off for a video, it is so sweltering hot in here because the weather has been absolutely disgusting, like truly horrible. Some of the worst that I've experienced while living here, I think like probably for humidity reasons, but anyway, I have to have the AC on, so I'm gonna use my mic and hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. But I'm gonna do some journaling today to look at what I have. This is so cute. It's a little Happy Mail washi. I almost want to like take this sticker off and use it in my spread. This is such like a good idea for if you're an artist who's like sending out stuff for your store. The artist who owns Mikashi reached out to me and wanted to send me some stuff for my journal, so I'm so excited to see what's in here. I have no idea. It's a surprise. She just had me pick out some colors that she might put in there, so I'm very intrigued. I've been like holding off on opening this so I could do a full unboxing, so let's get right into it. I don't even want to rip the tape that they use because it's so cute. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Try not to like knock anything over and spoil it. Okay, so first we have this little alien abduction guide. This is so cute. I love the hollow on this too. Oh, it's little stars. That is so cute. That's like one that I would put right onto the cover of like one of my notebooks. You know what I mean? And this little note, so sweet, and then flip it. Ah! This is so cute. Oh my gosh, both of these like big stickers are so cute. This is why like sometimes I wish that I did what I did last year and I just taped my stickers to the front of my hobonichi so that I could like swap them out easily, because like I would want to put these in. Okay, first we have this watermelon themed spread. There are so many like holographic effects on all of these stickers. It's so cute. And I'm very partial to stars, so I love all like the star details. And this one is so huge at the bottom. That's crazy. I feel like that would fit, like using this as an example, I feel like. Yeah, that like slots in perfectly in the A6. Do you see that? These are my stamps from Stationery Fest. I'm not that great at stamping, but that like perfectly fits. You could use like these big block ones on the bottom of your hobonichi, which is so cute. Okay, so these are probably like from the same series. See, when I said colors, I think I mentioned green and pink. So we're off to a good start. Like I feel like I said green, pink, and blue maybe. These are in all of them. These are the lime ones. These are so cute. There's such good like color schemes in both of these. Like it's so specific. Oh my god, this reminds me of Stardew Valley. This is so cute. Oh, this one is a different texture. It's more like a I don't know how to explain it, like a raised texture, like a rougher sandpaper texture. That's really nice, and it feels thicker too. It's big. Oh my god, so cute. The goat. I literally just journaled about how I went to like visit a farm to go to a cidery with my friends last weekend, and they had goats that like came running over to the gate so we could pet them. I should have left space. I should have known I was gonna get a goat sticker so I could drop it in. These two up here. This also reminds me of Harvest Moon. Like all of the animals in Harvest Moon were so rotund like that, you know? Oh, these two like definitely are from the same set. Look at this. Oh my goodness. All of the material is like really thick too. It's so nice. It doesn't feel like flimsy at all. Like it feels like not like cardstocky, but like a pretty similar thickness. I love these little duck eyes. This one on the moon is so cute. My collection of like small animal stickers is ever growing, and it's like perfect because then I can do like a whole spread just with one sheet. I feel like that's the best way. This little guy with the heart. So it's like, oh, these are like the same poses for each, which is fun. So you could do like a spread with the matching ones from each animal. It's so cute. And he painted him. Okay, this is like another one from the fruit. I believe this is the third fruit one. These are blueberries. This is gorgeous. I love the lighting in this big one. That's crazy. And again, all of like the little hollow bits like just add like almost a 3D effect to them. Like it really pops off. It's much more vivid in person. I'm kind of getting it on camera, but it's a really nice effect. Like it really brings out all the colors. I love these vine ones over here with like the really small berries. It's so cute. More fruit. We're doing all the fruit. We're collecting all of the fruit today. There's this little chicken down there too. I'm also thinking as I'm seeing these like big stickers at the bottom and then the small ones on the side, that it would look nice like on 2 different pages back to back. Like you do one here and then a small one on the other one, and then you could fill in the gaps like here. I'm just like trying to plan out like a double page spread already because I'm so excited to use these. But I feel like you could literally, like, these are perfectly made, especially for the A6 size, where you could like tailor a whole 2-page spread off of one sheet. And like you could add in like your own washi that like suits the colors, and it would like look perfect together. I love the little juice box too. I feel like I used to have a sticker on the laptop that had like, it was like a milk carton type thing, but with a peach on it, because this is like, looks so familiar to me. Like I feel like I had that sticker for so long. And this is so cute. Do these two go together? Oh no, maybe not, because this one is the rougher one. This is like another really big sticker that I would put right onto the cover, and then I would just like decorate around it. So cute. I love the little candy hearts. And again, the material is just so nice. Like, it's such good quality. I feel like if you're a journaling person, you encounter a lot of stickers in your day, and you know that like you can tell a lot by the quality of the paper that they're on, and also like how clear the outlines are. And these are all super nice in those areas. Oh my gosh, this is like all of the pink stickers I could ever need. I have like every single iteration of a pink sticker that I could ever hope for. I love this bear. This is so cute. I had a sticker book as a kid that had like a lot of, I feel like 90s, early 2000s stickers in it, and this reminds me so much of those styles. Like I feel like there was always a bear holding a Valentine. And then these, am I crazy? Are these transparent? Yeah, these are like, this is like a transparent background. That's so nice. Those are so cute. And again, more candy hearts, the little chicks. This guy, that one's so good. Yeah, sometimes I love having the clear outline ones. Those are so cute. Maybe I need to get it closer so you guys can see it in more detail. Oh my god, so good. I love these. I'm just like gasping in the background of this video, sorry. Oh, okay, dragon fruit. This one is so good. That's such a fun fruit to have a sticker sheet for, like not one that you would think of right away. I'm trying to like get it close so you can really see the details of like those little holographic bits, because they're kind of hidden in there. I love this. These are such good colors. Like I feel like all these colors really complement each other, even between the different sheets. You can mix and match really easily. Okay, last one in the package is this clown themed one. This is so good. There's a bit of like a holographic glitter filter over everything. I had kind of like a clown-ish themed sticker on one of my journals, I think last year, that I loved, and it was one of those big ones that I taped on, and I like loved the colors and the look of it. So I'm so happy that I have a whole sheet that kind of is in that similar vein now. So cute. These are all so cute. I cannot believe it. This is like every color I mentioned in the best way, with so many little details on all of these. Like this is so cute. Thank you so much to Fabi for sending me these. I cannot wait to journal with them. So let's see what I cook up with these. Welcome back to my hobonichi. This is the first spread of the batch today. So this was from a few weeks ago, and it was a day where I had a theater audition. I go over my experience at the audition as part of another longer video that I'm working on, but I'll give like a very brief interlude about what the deal was. Basically, I just had to bring a piece of music and sing, I think it was like 32 bars. It was pretty relaxed. Like I could pick anything, and you know, I sang for about a minute, and it was to audition to get into a theater group. It wasn't for like a specific show. There's a lot of community theater in New York, and each group has its own practices with how they manage membership and stuff. And for this group, they do membership auditions. So you audition to get into the group, and then you're able to audition for the shows afterwards. I think it helps to keep from the show auditions getting hit by a barrage of people who maybe like aren't as interested in actually being a part of the group, aren't following it as closely, but they find out about these show auditions and they show up just for that. Having the membership audition happen before the actual show audition, it means you have to already have invested a bit of time and interest into the group to like keep track of when their member auditions are, show up for that, and then you get to go to the full audition. Honestly, my audition was not very good. I wasn't mentally nervous, but like physically I was really nervous, and my breathing was pretty bad, so it felt like I was out of breath the whole time that I was singing. But it ended up actually being okay. I did get into the group. Sadly, I can't audition for the first show that I'm eligible for because the auditions are happening while I'm away for a wedding, so that's kind of a bummer, but it it was still like good audition practice. I feel like it's always good to just go to auditions to kind of gain the experience of being in a room in kind of a high pressure environment, because it just helps with, overall I feel like it helps build confidence in that situation, because it's such like an unnatural thing. As I'm recording this, I just got a text from my roommate. Just used Toasty in a script idea. He's a star. She is an art director for like a big company, and she like comes up with like a lot of their ad ideas. And Toasty is my family dog, the smallest little gremlin dog you've ever seen. I need to get details on this. Please, more details. But anyway, I decided to use the clown stickers for this spread. I really like the colors. I had this rainbow star washi tape that I thought went really well with them. Also, I felt kind of like I was putting on a performance going to this audition that day, play acting as if I wasn't extremely nervous going to it. So I just thought it was very fitting. It was also a very quick audition, which I appreciated. I got in 5 minutes before my time slot, and then I sang and I got to go home immediately, which was really nice. A lot of times you go to auditions and you are there forever. You're there for 3 hours. It really like kind of takes the wind out of my sails, because I start to get really psyched out and nervous, and someone is coming into the room being like, okay, this person you're gonna sing next, and then so and so, you're on deck to go after them, and you're like, oh my god, please don't call my name, please don't call my name. But at the same time you want them to call your name, because you just like want the torture to be over. And then you have to like stand outside of the room while the person in front of you is going, and hear them singing, and you're up next. You don't know when they're gonna be done. And then sometimes they finish singing and they come out of the room, and the person like with you who's helping to run the audition, they'll go in and they'll talk to the people in there. And so then it's like another time where it's like you don't know when exactly you're going in or like what they're talking about. So I really appreciated just how quickly I got in and out of that audition. I didn't even really have time to be nervous, and I filled out an audition form before they sent it out as an email, so I got to fill it out ahead of time. So I didn't, even like when I got there, it's not like I had to wait and fill out a form for 5 minutes. It had already been done, so I could literally just go in and sing. But oh my gosh, yeah, even talking about it like makes me feel nervous, but I really appreciated how fast it was. I still feel like I have a lot of progress to make on how I sing in public, how I prepare for singing auditions, and how I control my breathing during those auditions. It is really tough for me. For some people, I feel like naturally singing comes very easily to them, but it's always been pretty difficult for me. Something I really had to learn how to do, and definitely not something I'm naturally skilled at. Through repeated exposure, I'm hoping one day that I will kind of cure myself of that. But yeah, even though I didn't feel awesome about this audition, I was glad that I went, because I ended up getting into the group. So, I think it all works out in the end. And hopefully, even though I can't go to this first audition, I'll be able to go to the next one in the season. For my next day in this batch, I wanted to use some of the blue stickers, because me and some of my former coworkers went to go see the movie One Night Only, and the branding just had a lot of blue. Like, I think one of the movie posters was like really blue. I don't know why, but I just associated it with the color blue. So I was like, I'll use all the blueberries. And even for all of my talk during the unboxing of wanting to do the double spread with both the side sticker and the big sticker at the bottom, I ended up multiple times throughout this video only using the little narrow side sticker, just because the big sticker was so big. So I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get to use the big sticker, but I'm sure that those will come in handy in the future when I have a day where I have nothing to say and I just want to write a little tiny blurb and then put a huge sticker on and call it decorated, But I love these little blueberry stickers. I especially love the vines. When I first started journaling on this channel, I had a sticker sheet that had a ton of plant stickers on it, vines and leaves, and I loved that sticker sheet. And I even still have like a washi that has vines on it that I use all the time, that I'm sure I'm going to run out of soon because it's been so many years. And then also all of the stickers have kind of this layer of shine over it, like a silver or white color. And so then while I was doing the word bubble, I also use a white gel pen to add that kind of layer on top of the letters. So I feel like it ended up matching really well. The blues were pretty similar color, so I really liked how it turned out. So we went to go see One Night Only. We saw it kind of randomly, like in the middle of the day. So it was in a smaller theater with a smaller group of people, but it was nice to like see my coworkers again and see what everyone's been doing since our show ended. And the reason that we went to go see One Night Only was because one of our former coworkers had a hand in making the movie. So we wanted to check it out. One Night Only is a movie set in the US where the government has banned any premarital sex. And the movie takes place on the one night a year that the mandate is lifted and unmarried people are allowed to have sex. And they track whether or not you're breaking the law by this biosensor that I guess is like embedded in your skin, or it's like a tattoo in the movie that is able to track whether or not you're doing something illegal. And everybody's tattoos are red, and then on the night of the mandate they turn to green, and then everyone's allowed to, do whatever they want. And married people, like when you become married, your tattoo becomes green, so you're allowed to do whatever you want. So that is the basis of the plot. I thought it was pretty funny. I feel like the general consensus on the movie is that it feels like the plot, like the base of the plot, should make the movie a bit more disturbing, if that makes sense. It's framed as this lighthearted rom-com when I think the actual world building is a lot more sinister. So it was one of those things where I was like so intrigued by the world building and the rules and laws of the world that we were in, that the actual relationship between the characters, I was kind of like, whatever. I want to know more details about the political party that is in charge here and how they were able to convince enough people to get behind this law. How did they go about enforcing it, like the very first few weeks of this? What did it look like in the lead up to the mandate, like the last few days of before the mandate kicked in? Were they just like absolute chaos? I was just so intrigued. I do like that the whole movie wasn't about taking down the mandate in some way. Just, it's a really common trope that we set up a system that's bad and the movie is about taking down the system. I didn't feel like I needed to see them take down the mandate, but I do think that there could have been a bit more pushback. I thought it was interesting that there was this character in the movie who is a pop star, and he is really against the mandate, and he is hosting like an anti-mandate concert after the night in the movie, like, the one night where people can do whatever they want. He's hosting the protest in the morning that he's going to be performing at. So he's supposed to be this character that we're introduced to as someone who's really against the rules. And then when we finally meet him, he's kind of a huge douche. He's I'm trying so hard to figure out a way to explain this while staying within like YouTube guidelines. But we first meet him and he seems nice, maybe like kind of a cornball, overly flattering towards the main female character, but like you think it's fine. And then she goes back to his studio and you think that they're about to hook up, and then he just does the cringiest I don't even know how to explain it. It really made my skin crawl. Like, she comes into the room and he is half undressed, playing his guitar. He's like making up a song about her, and then she starts singing along to it and he's like, no, like it's not a duet, it's a solo piece. And then the lyrics start changing to be like really vulgar about how he's gonna like film them hooking up on his phone. And you're just like, ew, what is this guy's problem? So I thought it was interesting that like a very anti-mandate person was framed in that way, because at the end of the movie, you're like, wait, is this movie pro-mandate? Even the characters at the end are like, oh, that wasn't that bad, waiting a year or whatever. I don't know. I do feel like that's been a pretty common reaction to the movie. Yeah, so interesting experience. But what was nice about the movie going experience that we had is that we were able to go together, see our coworker's name in the credits, which was very fun. And then we all cheered when his name came up. And then these two guys sitting like 2 rows in front of us, one of them got up and he was like, hey everybody, I hope you love this movie. This is my friend's feature film debut. He was in the movie. And we were like, oh my gosh, our friend had a part in this movie too. Like, that's so interesting. So it was just like a very small world moment. The guy said his scene got cut down a lot. If you've seen the movie, he's the guy who comes up to the main girl at a bar and he introduces himself to her, and then all of a sudden he like holds up his phone and he's like, oh, I have this if you're interested, or blah blah blah. Yeah, they cut down his scene a ton. So I felt for the guy, but I'm glad that he still like he was also on screen and still had lines, because I feel like it would have, I know of people who, they have a scene in a movie and it gets totally cut. So I'm glad that didn't happen to him. So very fun movie going experience. We took pictures in front of the poster. Unfortunately, like, they didn't have those big posters in that they had in some theaters. We had to take it with a really little one that was like up on above the ticket booth. So that was kind of a bummer, but we still managed to get all of our faces in there somehow. I stuck with the blue purpley theme for the next page. I have this thin washi tape that I like to use because it's like a good size for A6.
Then I added the tiger stickers to the outside and then some of the flowers as well. I spent the entire day editing, so I wanted to do one where he's like working on something and then the other one where he's dead tired at the end of the spread, because that was kind of how my day went. It was a lot of editing for my current freelance job, a lot of like back and forth, immediate notes, having to change it right away, which is good because at least like I know at the end of the day that we've gotten to where we need to be with the footage, but it meant that like I spent all day on this project and I didn't get to do anything else that I had planned. And I had filmed a talk back at the theater a few days ago and I was able to like get all those clips approved because when we're doing a talk back, like we have a public figure will come in, so their team has to approve it, so you want to get that stuff out earlier. So that was good that I got all that done. And it was also, I think, for like they were doing a newsreel or something and they needed footage. So just a lot of back and forth. Someone wanted horizontal footage from the show and we filmed everything in vertical because we were filming for, you know, Instagram and TikTok. I always prefer to shoot in horizontal, but you know, we live in very much a vertical world now, which I have to come to terms with, but I still love horizontal footage. And like often for my own memory keeping, I will shoot horizontally. And like I did a lot of vertical for a while, but now I'm trying to like get back into horizontal video because I don't know. I know it's like going out of fashion, but like I really want to preserve horizontal video. That's why I love long form YouTube. So not into YouTube shorts, you guys. I don't want to do YouTube shorts. I don't even like scrolling through YouTube shorts. It happens sometimes against my will, it feels like, but yeah, so very much horizontal video. And if we had shot horizontal video, I would have had horizontal video for them, but it's fine. It's all good. We have so much footage that we can use for other stuff, so I'm just going to edit a lot of those videos to be like a square aspect ratio, and then hopefully that's like a bit more useful for these like media sites to have them on. That's actually on the docket for today after I finish recording this, so the work never stops, you know. So then the last 2 pages, this was a double spread that I wanted to do. Again, didn't use the big sticker even though I said I was going to. I ended up using the smaller ones, but I really liked how this turned out with all the matching colors and full page spread, so it's all good. On the 15th, I did summer streets with one of my friends. I've always missed summer streets in the past, so I was so happy to like actually plan for it and get to go this year. And we talked so much. We walked up and down Manhattan. We stopped by a coffee place for our first stop called Artara on the Upper East Side, and it was so good. It was really packed. Like, people were lined up in there. So we had to wait a little bit, but it didn't actually take too long, and we just chatted while we were in line. This was actually, like, a recommendation I got from one of Rain McNeil's vlogs. I feel like she has a plethora of good Upper East Side spots, and I would not have known about that if I hadn't seen her video. So can definitely recommend that and all of her videos as well. She's, like, a really great New York City vlogger. We ended up walking all the way down to, like, 50th, I believe. We kind of caught summer streets at the end of the day, so we only had like 2.5-ish hours to take advantage of the open street before they closed it back up. So we got down to like 50th and we saw St. Bart's, and there was a rest stop area with activities for kids and crafts, and there was a woman with a big bubble wand. Just a very cute site. Then we headed all the way back up to where we came from, and we got some lunch and sat in the AC for a bit and just kept chatting and updated each other on our lives. I always feel like Em is one of the people who I am most updated on naturally. I feel like we tend to keep each other in the loop even if we don't see each other all the time. It's always great when we also have these days where we can do like a complete debrief of the last few months. For this spread, I wanted to use 2 of the fruit sheets side by side. So I used the lime sheet on the left and the dragon fruit sheet on the right. And then I used also a green and pink marker for the titles. On Sunday, it was my roommate's boyfriend's birthday, so I met up with them in Greenpoint and we went to a restaurant/bar called Sakuria. I didn't end up having any food there, but I got a really good drink and the food looked really delicious. So I would definitely go back and actually order food. I had just already had breakfast by the time that I got there. And I got to meet a bunch of their friends. And then I headed back a little bit earlier than everybody else because I was seeing the La La Land 10th anniversary with some of my friends from theater. I have not seen La La Land since it came out in 2016. So I've only seen it twice now, once in college and once now. And I feel like my reaction to it both times was totally different. When I saw it in college, I was like, ugh, this is so sad. I can't believe they don't end up together. It's such like a romantic movie. They have such good chemistry, blah, blah, blah. And then now as an adult, like a real adult, I was like, yeah, you guys probably aren't good for each other. Your job is definitely more important. Watching it while I'm going through my own job hunt experience, yeah, you guys probably should go after your jobs and not each other. In the last 15 minutes of the movie, I was hearing so many sniffles and sobs next to me, and I thought it was my friend. And the lights come up during the credits, and I turn to her, and she's kind of like misty-eyed, and I was like, yeah, I thought I heard you sniffling over there. And the guy in the seat on the other side of her was like, ugh, yeah, I'm never watching that movie again. And he gets up and leaves, and my friend goes, yeah, I wasn't the one crying, it was him. So I just essentially said to him, I heard you crying over there. It was not my intention. I truly thought it was my friend, because she was sitting right next to me, and the sniffles were so loud. I would have never thought that it was traveling a whole seat over from this guy, but I felt really bad. We were dying laughing. We were like, it's crazy to show up alone to La La Land, sit in the front row, cry your eyes out, and then just like immediately leave. I felt so bad. I was thinking like he must have like a really personal experience with this movie. It really, really resonated with him. So I wish I could have asked him about it. I wish I could have just been like, hey, like what's the deal, man? But I guess we'll never know. But I felt really bad. I felt so bad. It's funny because when I first watched the movie 10 years ago, I was like, I think it's kind of crazy that she chose to do a one-woman show. Her friends at first are like, oh, if you're writing a play, you should cast us in it. That's actually a good idea, because then you have quadruple the amount of people who are going to come, because you have 4 people in the play if all of you are in it, right? So I think it's crazy bold of her to do the one-woman play, and she has to quit her job to do it. She quits her job at the coffee shop to do the one-woman play. Oh my gosh, that was such a bold move. I don't think I would ever write a one-woman play. I mean, what do you even say? You know what I mean? Anyway, all the more power to her. It obviously works out for her in the movie because that casting agent comes, but yeah, it's crazy. It does make me wonder, like, is she doing any theater? You know, is she doing any theater in LA, or what's the deal? You'd think she'd at least have, you know, a little community theater group. This is because I'm so community theater pilled now. I'm like, LA, you definitely have some people you could connect with. But yeah, interesting experience seeing it now in my current point in life where I'm, you know, working in the creative field, close to film production and a lot of like film adjacent stuff. So yeah, I would absolutely 100% move to France or to Paris or wherever and take the job and be like, look, we can try to stay together or we cannot. But I have to go. I need to go have a job. I did think it was crazy that only 5 years later she has a kid who looks about 2 years old. I think maybe we could have done like 7 years later, 8 years later. I know they didn't want to jump too far ahead because they didn't want them to look like obviously not older, but I don't think that a woman who had just landed her big break would immediately get married and have a kid, like soon enough to have the kid be a toddler when we do a 5-year time jump, right? Like, where did you meet your husband? Maybe they met on set in Paris. It's weird because when I was younger, that 5-year time jump, it feels so much longer. But now 5 years, I'm like, that's not a lot of time. That's actually pretty fast to have a toddler. I'm really hung up on this. I'm just like, hey, you can establish your career for a bit longer. You know, you don't have to have a kid right away after your first movie. You could do another movie. You could do a TV show. You can take your time. You don't need to have a kid right away. Sorry, that's just my 2 cents for no reason. Sorry, but she would not have had a kid. She would not have had a toddler. She would not have had a toddler. If you could put it 7 years in the future and maybe it's like a 1-year-old kid. But no toddler. No. Anyway, I'm getting so in depth about this. I feel so passionately about that. But anyway, look at this finished double spread. I love it. I love the colors. I love how also the dragon fruit has green in some of the sticker designs. I feel like it ties in so nicely with the lime side of the page. And I also feel like all the accents, like the silver sparkle accents on the stickers, make it really fit with the white pen that I do over my bubble letters. I just feel like especially this fruit stuff was made for my journaling style. Like, I feel like it looks so nice. And I managed to find some washi that I already had that I feel like are the exact colors or like the exact color scheme. But I am so happy with how these pages turned out. Thank you so much again to Fabi for sending me these stickers. Please make sure to check out their shop. It will be linked in the description. There are so many cute designs on there, and I really can recommend just how high quality everything felt, how like thick the sticker paper was, how easily everything peeled and just how vivid all the colors are. There are so many designs to choose from, so I'm sure you will find something that you love. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.